Hi everybody, my name is Taylor Green. I am one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
My name is Rhys Barber. I'm the other audiologist here at Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. There's lots of mine, lots of Taylor's in this one. There's quite a few. You'll notice the little red bar moving across the bottom. That's going to tell you where all the different wax removals are. So if there's something you're particularly interested in, you can just tap that and it'll take you straight to it. So what we've got here is a very sort of thick plug, this one. It looked quite soft first of all.
Yeah, very dry.
It is. And you've got this little bit of dry skin, I think, behind this, which has just dries out even further. A little bit too big to fit out the ear canal though.
Like honeycomb colour.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And you can see that plug coming away there. We had to wiggle it a little bit. That's the standard size ulnar tube in there, but that little tail of skin you can see attached to the back end.
Oh.
Came out cleanly. Look at that, shiny.
It's always nice to see when there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, it is. Gosh. This one looks a lot flatter. Now this is that sort of almost wall of wax in there, isn't it? But there is a little gap above though.
Yeah, almost like they've tried to get this out themselves.
I think so. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Normally, you don't always have a dent. Sometimes because they don't always use cotton buds to get it out. Sometimes they put something else in there to wiggle it out.
Voice cracking.
So that's coming away really nicely there. Let's take a look beyond.
Most of these are quite quick fire as well. There's some really short ones in here as well.
I think this one of yours, I think, is under a minute, I think, on there. It was a really quick one to come out. Guys, the other thing was, somebody put in the comments about us not uploading in 4K. We didn't realise that was happening. We've sort of upgraded our video editing software, and then for some reason it wasn't encoded in 4K, which was what we've always done. So, yeah, we should be back online with that now.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Yes, thank you very much, guys, because we wouldn't have spotted it. 1.5 centimetres. Oh, you do the inches.
Half an inch? I was looking at the wrong side then. I was looking at the centimetres for some reason.
That's all right.
Oh, this is one of mine now, yeah. So, very, very deep, like skin plugs we got in here. You can see it looks very, very soft to start with. Now, I believe I've gone in straight away with the fine end here just because of the position that we're working. Very, very deep into the ear canal. So I'm expecting this to be right on top of the eardrum here.
Well, that's coming away nicely.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I thought this was going to come away in little tiny little spots.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of glad that we're actually removing this in strips at the moment.
You see it sort of tailing away just over the top of the suction tube for the back, can't you?
I've had to draw the camera away because the brightness with this skin just reflects the light straight back. Whoa,
that's a good one.
That's a nice little skin ribbon we got there.
That was really tailing back off. That's a good one. What was behind that? Was there anything left behind it?
Little tiny spots, I think, just to clear up, just to tidy up. There we go. Yeah, last little tiny bits. Didn't break any records on this one, so no records broken, unfortunately.
It looks, I mean, it's cut. The skin of the ear canal wall. You can see there's little sort of lumpy white bits come off. It's just that little bit of skin coming away. Now, sometimes if it's that white, somebody's used maybe some peroxide or bicarb in there as well. Haven't they?
Yeah, you can see a little tiny white patch on the eardrum there as well, and that's what we call tympanosclerosis. So that's just a little bit of scar tissue or a change in skin pigmentation. Could be from either from a perforation or from the patients previously having some really bad infections in the ears.
You see a lot of patients have never noticed they've had infections, but they may have been something you have when you're a toddler, because it's quite common when you're a toddler to get ear infections. That's come away nice.
I can say exactly the same on the other side, but it's just come out so much easier.
Yeah.
It's just surprisingly quite easy, this one to do. I was expecting a little bit of a fight, to be honest, because I just purely thought it was going to take us a lot longer to take out. So we got these very, very thin, paper thin pieces of dry skin that we're just peeling away here.
Not the easiest to remove because they do tend to hang on to the canal, don't they? They're really, really tough old stuff.
You can see the resistance this is actually giving us. I'm trying my best to peel this away as comfortably as we can. So we're just going to tear away this now because it's obviously still connected to that freshest, newer skin underneath. Not overly concerned about that bit. So there we go. It looked a lot longer than what it actually was. It was only a 2 centimetre long skin ribbon.
But it's a good sized piece though, isn't it? So what's that? Bang on an inch, that one.
Bang on an inch.
Yeah. So this is so we flip back to my patient now. So when we take a look, we can see it's very, very warm, very humid ear canal. This one, you can see why here. We've actually got a cotton bud embedded in this, or the end of a cotton bud, sorry, the end of a Q-tip embedded in this ear canal. So we're just going to pull this out. Patient didn't realise they'd done this, so it'd been in there a little while. The reason it's so humid, if you imagine that cotton ball at the end there, every time you have a bath or a shower, it's going to be absorbing water and then slowly evaporating out through the day, so that's why it's so hot and humid in there.
We had a lot of fans of the soft and steamy on our last video.
Get a lot of fans of soft and steamy. You guys love the soft and steamy thing. Strange bunch. You can see it's coming away really, really well. We've got basically this section of wax that's been pushed right up against the eardrum. Patient can't say they didn't use Q-tips because we just had to remove one from the end of the ear. So basically they've done this themselves. They pushed it right up and actually pressed it against the eardrum. Out this comes.
Oh, you just want all that to stay together, so you don't want any of that left in that anterior recess.
I mean, it's good, I suppose. It's quite soft, soft and sticky. In there, because sometimes it dries. That cotton bud will just draw all the oils out of that wax and dry it out, so it goes completely solid. On that eardrum sometimes.
Oh, it's come out really nicely there, actually.
Yeah, that peeled away much, much better than I thought it would. I mean, there were certain wax removals where you look and you think, oh no, because
Here we go.
And you do get quite a lot of those, and this is the kind of thing where you look and think, oh no. So, when it comes away nicely like this one does, it's certainly a lot easier.
Oh, I do want to say as well, guys, I have been reading your messages from my run last weekend. Did really well considering it was absolutely boiling there, and there was no shade until about 10 miles in. But I was only 3 minutes off my personal best, which I'm really proud with, to be honest. So yeah, it was really well. Thanks for the comments, guys. It pushed me on to do well.
So it looks very good there. There you go. So that's what we removed. So you've got that basically everything else got sucked inside the tube itself, but that's the cotton bud, so the end of the Q-tip there. So what's that, a centimetre out here, just over?
Half an inch, yeah.
You
can see all the oil that's been absorbed into that cotton bud.
Yeah.
So this is one of my really, really quick ones, I believe. I think this is only a few seconds long, this one. We just got this softer, well, I say a softer plug, it's quite a hard plug actually.
Soft surface though.
Soft surface, yeah. And then just a little tidy up at the entrance. We find this kind of feels like we're really quick firing.
It does, yeah, because they were one after the other. We normally got a couple of longer ones in there. We had loads of shorter ones that I thought we'd put together in one big compilation.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's always nice when you get the much quicker ones to do like this. That when they come out and they all comes out in one piece, it's brilliant. The eardrum looks okay, didn't it?
Yeah. The light reflex is a little bit dull there, but I just think, that's due to aging, the aging process.
Guys, if you are having problems with your ears, you can always come and see us here at Audiology Associates. You can check out the bio, the channel page, depending on what platform you're watching this on. Link to our website, also our address and our contact details. So if you have problems with your ears, whether that be wax, hearing issues, anything out of the ordinary going on with your ears, book yourself an appointment, come along and see myself or the lovely Mr. Taylor Green. If you're enjoying the videos, you can always like, share, follow, heart, subscribe as well for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you stay tuned for the last video in this compilation because it's a really interesting one about middle ear effusion, which is Taylor's. So make sure you check that one out. This is mine. I've just talked all over the beginning. But basically, this is a really hard, deep wax plug. A little bit more difficult to get to. This is the fine end on here. We've got to peel it out of that recess, but it's hanging on for dear life in here. It doesn't want to come away. Yeah,
that's what I would have done myself there. What you've just done there is just start peeling it from the side. So yeah, just this is obviously starting to
pulling it out from that gap. And it's not unusual to get these pieces sort of stuck, aren't they, right on the canal wall. It just anchors the whole thing in place.
That's come away nicely.
As a rule of thumb, as a rule of thumb, sorry guys, our video froze again, which is happening a lot while we're doing these videos at the moment. So we might have changed position, but basically we're just going in now, just tidying up this top section here. Very delicate. We don't want, there you go. You're right above that, the top of the hammer bone there. You really don't want to hit that, but that's come away really nicely. There we go, nice light reflex. It just looks rubbish, doesn't it?
a quarter of an inch.
Half a centimetre's worth. But it was causing the patient a lot of difficulties because it was right there on top of the eardrum. I mean, I always find personally that the deeper the wax is, the more problems the patient presents with when they come in. That's a good one.
Oh, this is mine now, isn't it?
This
is mine. So this is, I don't think this is the middle ear effusion one. No, it's the next one.
That's the next one.
very similar to the second video in this compilation, actually. Very, very deep sort of like skin plug again that we've got here. Very soft as well. You can see this is starting to draw up into the suction tube.
Yeah.
This is the standard size Zollner tube that we've got here. Now I'm just going to hold this suction onto this plug as much as I can. And you can see from the bottom here now, this plug is very slowly starting to draw forwards, and that's exactly what I'm looking for here.
Yeah. Almost gathering it up on you, just to maintain that suction grip then as well.
Little bit of a wiggle now, just to squeeze this out of the ear canal.
Well, you've done well to keep that in one piece, because that normally would tear apart or pull apart, wouldn't it? You've done well.
It's always horrible to see.
Yeah.
A couple of hairs, you can see a couple of stray hairs held onto this one as well. And we're just going to tidy up this last bit now. So we're just going to...
It's not too bad, is it?
No, it's pretty good, to be fair. Not overly concerned about these, again, about these last little bits that are here, but this is quite loose. So again, fine end we've got on this time. So this is the smaller of the suction tubes. Doing a very similar job here. So trying to hold that skin. You can see it's starting to tear away then from the outer edge. So that's come away really nicely there.
Like sometimes if you hit a bit of resistance when you're taking that out, that skin doesn't want to come away yet, so you wouldn't be yanking that out.
Oh, no.
But when it peels away really nice, that was a nice peel as well.
That's come away really, really well, actually. And looking so much better.
Yeah.
So, big difference between before and after. Eardrum, again, light reflex, a bit dull on the eardrum, but looking nice and healthy otherwise.
So it's just under ½ an inch.
Yeah, we've got a centimetre there.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So it's, I mean, looking a lot better. So this last patient now, this is your patient. So we'll explain a little bit about middle ear effusion a bit later on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this bit first.
Yeah, so this particular patient came in with some hearing issues. And the way that a lot of people tend to explain this is almost feeling like you're underwater, which is what, you can get that with wax buildup and with skin building up. But you can see this is only a really thin, it's almost blockage that we've got here. So it's very, very dry skin that we've got. So we got I think this is the fine end that we've got in with here.
Yeah.
Just to bunch, again, that skin into the tube if we can. But this is obviously... It's too dry for us to get a suction grip. You can see that as I'm trying to wiggle this, the suction tube is actually just kind of rubbing up against the skin here. Now already you can see it's not blocked because we can see the eardrum clearly in the background.
I think we're just trying to reposition, I think, looking at this.
Yeah, and I think I do swap to a standard size tube to try and get a better grip. But we do swap tools, I believe, in this one just to try and...
So we talk about all the time, this type of skin where it's drier always wants to return back to its original position. So sometimes by the time you've got like in this case the fine end, by the time you've got the fine end out, it's and switch tools, it's pushed itself right back to where it wanted to be in the start. And no good then for the forceps, which is why you've had to go back in and re-alter position again.
So we've got a little grip on the front here, and very gently I need to just tease this out because otherwise it'll shear away and it'll just leave little bits which are going to be quite difficult to remove.
It's not a bad grip because it's folded, so that's not a bad grip actually.
Oh, you can see as that just kind of started pulling away then.
Look at that coming away.
Yeah, we're kind of hoping that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Because most of it's away, so we've got a little bit to take away on the sides here.
So you can see the eardrum beyond at the moment, and we can see that looks quite dull down in there as well. So when you're doing this kind of thing, you're always checking out what's going on past it to give you an indication of what's happening. So you're kind of keeping one eye on the suction, one eye on the eardrum and stuff on you. So
I'm going to get a good look here now. So you can see here, so we've just pointed arrows. So what I could see straight away is bubbles. And you can see that kind of goldish sort of colour as well behind the eardrum. So that's a very, very typical of what we call middle ear effusion. So following the skin removal, patient didn't feel any difference, which is what I was expecting. No change to the hearing. So what we would have had to do here is refer the patient back to their doctors or the GP, general practitioner, just to get a treatment really for the eustachian tube to try and clear that fluid and that pressure away.
That type of problem is really, really common in younger children as well. So up until about age 8, lots of children, but 1 in 3 I think suffer with these kind of issues. And it's just the build-up of fluid, just restricts the movement to the eardrum, dampens the sound, just very, very difficult. Sometimes you can surgically remove it by making a little incision in the eardrum and sucking that fluid out, which will be done by a consultant and a surgeon. But a lot of the time, it will resolve itself. And normally, if you're an adult, they say 6 to 8 weeks, and it will disappear normally in most cases. So yeah, not too bad. Well, thank you very much for watching that video again today, guys. Me and Taylor are here for the next video on Monday. So as always, guys, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another. And we'll see you for the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye.